What's up, you guys? It's Graham here. So a few months ago, I made a video explaining why I'm leaving California for Las Vegas. During that time, I was in the process of getting this home built. And for the last few months, this home has been in a constant state of construction mess until now, because finally the home is done and we're officially moved in. So now I present to you, after a long time awaiting, the brand new finished Las Vegas home tour. I also have to say a huge thank you to Amanda Smith for designing all the furniture you see here. Her and I have known each other for years at the Oppenheim Group, and when she heard that I was moving and wanted to design a place on a budget, she stepped in to help. She has no idea I'm giving her a plug here, but she worked really hard to get this place ready by the end of the year. And now, without further ado, let me take you on a tour of the brand new house right after we thank our video sponsor today, Simply Safe, but more on that later. Hey there, come on in. Check out the new place. Okay, so first we have the entryway. As it was being built, we really wanted to make this a bold statement when you walked in, and I wanted to make it on brand with the overall aesthetic of the channel. So of course, we accented several walls in black. It definitely adds a lot of depth when you walk in and makes it look way more dramatic, so 10 out of 10 would do again. So on this wall, we got a large vintage mirror that's supposed to arrive, but it didn't get here on time, so just use your imagination. Imagine a huge mirror on this wall here, and then some of this other stuff is gonna be moved around. Next, we got some tape on the floor, and you're probably wondering, Graham, why is there tape on the floor? Well, this is finally where the reef aquarium is going. I've talked about doing this every single year for probably 8 years now, and every time I write down a New Year's resolution, it includes setting up a reef tank. But now it's officially happening because I've already paid for it and it's non-refundable. I'm going with a 310-gallon open concept reef tank coming out about 6 feet from when you walk in. That way, when you open up the front door, it's gonna look like fish are swimming in the middle of the room with everything else in the background. Beyond that, we got this massive center island, and to be honest, I'm not used to having this much space at all. Like 12 months ago, Macy and I were still living in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 800 square foot duplex, so to go from that to this is quite a change. Now, part of that is due to the fact that living in Las Vegas is significantly less expensive than living in Los Angeles. So all things considered, this is actually less money than where we were previously living. But your money obviously goes a lot further here, as this center island will show you. It's weird because I'm not usually a fan of big spaces, but for resale value, it just doesn't make sense to build anything smaller than the maximum that you could build. So now we've got a lot of space, and I will just let appreciation do its thing while this goes up in value. Speaking of size, this pantry is enormous. I have no idea how we could fill this up, but I'm sure I could put extra coffee in here or something. Now in the kitchen, you might be asking, Graham, where's your refrigerator? Why don't you have a refrigerator, Graham? And I'll tell you, because you know what? A refrigerator was too expensive, and I've realized as a new way to save money, just don't have a refrigerator, because not only do you save on electricity, but you save on all the food that goes to waste. And I'm just kidding. The refrigerator didn't get here in time. I ordered a nice one, but it was delayed by months, so temporarily without a refrigerator for the time being. Then on this side over here, we got a microwave, we got a few candies just for decorative purposes with some champagne, also for decorative purposes. On this side, we have my avocado book, and then coffee maker number 1, and then coffee maker number 2. The builder also provided Wolf appliances, which is crazy fancy. I've never had red knobs before like this, but you know it's fancy when you get red knobs. Didn't expect that, but you know what, it's here anyway. And if you're wondering what the candy is about, I've seen some of these houses have like candy walls and some crazy stuff like that. Obviously, I wanted to save the money and just do a budget version of that, so what we got is candy jars over here. They look kind of cool. Beyond that, we got my favorite wall of all time. We decided to paint this wall black as an accent wall to complement the living room, and we got a custom neon sign as a constant reminder to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. This Mario was a piece of art I picked up from a dealer who was moving his business from Los Angeles to Arizona and had to get rid of everything. So I picked this up at such a good price and then waited to find the perfect spot to put it. No joke, as soon as I saw these two together, I felt like they were the perfect match, almost like Mario is popping out to try to smash the like button. This is also the perfect time where you too could smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I'm so committed to having you do that I got a neon sign made just for the right occasion. And I know I gotta mention now what this is. This was on sale at Costco. It looks like a bull, but technically it's an ox, but I thought it was so cool as a centerpiece for the table, so I got it. It was one of those Horrible impulse purchases, but I think it's worth it. Then over here, I finally got myself a grand piano. Used, of course, because new these things are way too expensive. But I did end up getting a really good deal on this to the point where hopefully it should end up holding most of its value if I ever wanted to sell it. But honestly, this is something I've always wanted since I was a kid. When I was growing up, my mom received an upright piano that was passed down from family, and I've always just wanted to play it, and it was something that really got me into music to begin with, so to go from that to now this monster, this bad boy here is really incredible. You also might notice this very large, now painted black wall here that, remember, used to look like this, and now, ta-da, we got this. I posted on my Instagram story a little while back about possibly doing a diagonal black design on the wall, but instead we went with a solid color just to hold down the room, and I really like that choice. Amanda had this whole centerpiece created with a YouTube play button right in the middle to pay our respects and our homage to the almighty algorithm. I think this house has started to turn into more of like a YouTube house between the play button and the smash the like button, but honestly, YouTube is awesome and I have no problem constantly looking at the play button. Next to that, we got this almost 90-inch TV hanging on the wall that somehow looks small because the room is so big. Now, normally I don't watch a lot of TV, but I do watch a lot of YouTube, so anytime I want to watch an exposed video, I put it on right here, sit back and relax. Now below that is a fireplace that changes colors. This is something I've never really had before. See, I've either had places that didn't have a fireplace, or I just never ended up using the fireplace. But this is so easy, just to press a button, it turns on, it's perfect. But really quick, don't go anywhere. We got to talk about something really important, and that would be our video sponsor today, Simply Safe. Now, for those of you wondering, Graham, what's a Simply Safe? I've never heard of this before. What is it? Well, don't you worry. Let me explain. Simply Safe is an incredibly reliable home security system that makes sure your home is professionally monitored 24/7. And best of all, they're extremely affordable, even for someone like me who doesn't like spending money. So that says a lot. It all starts with you going online or ordering over the phone. It's delivered right to your door, and you could set it up yourself in under an hour. They've got sensors to cover every window, room, and door, plus water sensors, temperature sensors, smart locks, and plenty of HD cameras. Now, I'm definitely no Tim Allen when it comes to home improvement, but if I could set everything up myself in under an hour with no tools, then nearly anyone can. Then from there, your home is fully secured, and if anything happens, they'll make sure the police get called. In fact, I've accidentally set it off in the past when I forgot to disarm the system, and needless to say, I would not want to be an intruder. For me, home security is something that's incredibly important, especially if I go out of town for a few days to race a Bugatti with the Stradman or to talk real estate with Ben Malla in Florida. It's just so nice to go on my phone, check the app, and sleep well knowing that Simply Safe has me covered and my home is safe. It's also incredibly easy to use, their customer service is extremely helpful, and the app is incredibly intuitive to navigate. Plus, you could start around-the-clock protection for as little as 50 cents a day with no contracts. So if you're interested in checking them out or learning more, visit the link down below in the description or check out simplysafe.com/Graham to try one out for yourself. So thank you guys so much, and with that said, let's get back to the home tour. But then we got one of my favorite pieces in the entire house, and that would be this Nickelodeon orange couch. We really just gave Amanda free range to do whatever she wanted in the house, as long as it didn't cost too much. So she figured it would be cool to take a more playful vibe, and honestly, I absolutely love the color scheme that she went with here. Seriously, it reminds me so much of Nickelodeon that it brings out the inner kid in me, and plus it's so comfortable. We also went with a more eclectic rug underneath, along with the circular coffee table and accent chair. Overall, it ties the room together really nicely, and this should be hopefully a really neat place to relax. Then before I show you the new office and bedrooms, we got this bonus room right here. This is going to be Macy's office, and it could also transform into a guest bedroom because this is a Murphy bed and just pulls down so we could sleep another person. Then through this hallway, we have one of my most prized possessions out there, and it would be this hollow sheet of uncut fossil Pokemon cards. Big thank you to PokeRev for hooking it up with this. He knew I was looking for one of these, and when he was offered one from a subscriber, he passed it over to me, and now it's sitting here in the hallway a little bit out of the light, so it's not going to be ruined.
Oh, geez. Oh.
No, it's okay. Come on in. We got the guest bathroom with a limestone accent wall in the back. And then through here, we have the mud room, which opens up to the 2-car garage in the back that's eventually going to be parked with a car or two, and probably more aquarium stuff is going to go in there. By the way, this is one of the coolest contraptions that I've seen. Apparently this is for Amazon packages, and depending on the size, they can leave it in the different compartments so they don't get stolen. Plus they scan them in so you know exactly what's there. I have never seen this before, but it's like living in the future. Now, as we walk down the hallway over here, we're gonna enter into the main bedroom. Now, to the left, we have two barn doors that open up to two very oversized closets on either side. And then we walk down even further, and as you can see here, we got a very oversized bathroom. The last time I showed this, most of it was still a mess from construction, but now it's completely done and it turned out amazing. Now we gotta talk for a moment about this shower. I think initially it looked really cool and I was really excited to have all of this space, but from a practical standpoint, this is probably one of the worst showers I've ever experienced. You know, one of the nice things about showers is that you turn it up and you get all the steam and everything, but because this is such a large room and the shower head is up so high, by the time the water hits you, the water's not even hot anymore, and then you step like a foot outside the shower and everything gets really cold. So as cool as it looks, would not have done this again, and I would say just any other shower is probably better than this. But then to cover the rest of the bathroom, we got two sinks over here, and to top it all off, a massive bathtub that has yet to be used. And by the way, the neighbor has a perfect view of the bathtub. And then as you walk into the bedroom itself, you'll notice that we went with a brick veneer against the back wall. If that looks familiar, that's because it is. It's the same brick veneer that I used in my last office, so I just brought that back over here. But I keep forgetting that everything in Las Vegas is so much bigger, so a queen-size bed in this room almost looks undersized. I'm so used to normally getting smaller things just to make the room look bigger, but this has the complete opposite effect. Anyway, we put up a nice chandelier, we got this custom console against the wall, which wouldn't fit through the hallway, so it had to be brought in through this window. And again, I got a normal-sized TV, but it looks too small because the room is way too big. And then as we continue walking down the hallway, we got a huge laundry room here, and then we got this room right here. This is eventually going to be the new podcast room. Come check this out. And this is now where we're gonna be filming the Iced Coffee Hour podcast, which by the way, if you wanna follow us there, we're really close to 100,000 subscribers, so if you wanna push us over the edge, the link to that is down below in the description. Now, as far as how this is gonna be designed, we have a table coming in shortly, along with a couch and a mini workstation, and then we're also gonna have some art and other props just to make the room really stand out.
Oh my god!
No, it's totally okay. I'm showing the full house tour, so this is the bathroom that's attached to the podcast. And check this out too. Check out the closet, come on in. This podcast room also has a huge closet where we could put more supplies. Then this room is gonna be for Jack to stay and to also use as an editing station when he edits my videos in the second channel, The Graham Stephan Show, which by the way, that's another reminder to go and subscribe there because I post there every day I'm not posting here. And for those of you that don't remember, this is what it used to look like before, and now here's what it looks like today. And then finally, we have the brand new office. This is what it used to look like before, and now this is what it looks like today. We got the whole desk set up here with the dinosaur skull and the posters behind me. Right now, I just gotta work a little bit more on the soundproofing just to make sure the sound quality is perfect for you. But besides this, as we move over here, we got all of this extra activity room over here. What I'm thinking about doing is probably putting a couch here and making this more like a casual living room setup. And of course, for lighting purposes, we could close this off and the entire room is basically just cut off from the outside world. Oh, and before I forget, we also got a mini kitchen area over here with a sink that I'm probably never going to use, but it's got room for a mini fridge. So this is where I can now put my iced coffee. And then as we move over here, we got a one-car garage. This was done in the same brick veneer as I had in my old studio, but right now I just gotta figure out what to do with this space. I was thinking originally of getting like a 2008 to 2010 Tesla Roadster and parking it here, but after meeting with the Stradman, he's really tried to convince me to instead get like a 2005 or 2006 Ford GT. I love those cars so much, and I actually think they would be one of the few cars that I could buy that would end up going up in value. But let me know what you think about that, because it's a lot of money to spend, but I think it would be a lot of fun to drive, it would look really cool in the background, and it might even work out to be a free car for me to get if it continues going up in value. But as far as what we did with soundproofing on this, we put a whole bunch of curtains over here, and then when all of these are up, almost no echo. And finally, we got the backyard. This is the last part of the house that's yet to be finished so far. besides the aquarium and the mirror and the podcast room. But anyway, it's probably gonna look like this for another 4 months or so. The plan was to build a pool and spa right in the middle with a fire feature and waterfall flowing back into the pool and a whole bunch of trees and faux grass to make it feel more like you're in Hawaii and not so much in Las Vegas. Then I'm gonna have some outdoor patio furniture around here, so eventually it's gonna be a nice, tranquil place to work from. And of course, soon enough, it's all gonna be done, and then finally I could show you a before and after of what this eventually is gonna look like. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post it pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there. And lastly, if you guys want 4 free stocks, use the link down below in the description, and Webull is gonna be giving you 4 free stocks when you deposit $100 on the platform, with those stocks potentially worth all the way up to $1,600, which at that point, it's pretty much like free money. So if you like free money, use that link down below, claim your 4 free stocks, let me know which ones you get. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.